All right, so are you ready to dive into some seriously gourmet, merely meal ideas today?
Oh, yeah. Always up for that.
I mean, we're talking the kind of food that makes you feel like you're dining in a Michelin-starred restaurant.
Right. But it's actually your own kitchen.
It's your own kitchen,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So whether you're looking to impress some guests or,
Or just treat yourself.
yeah, just have a really amazing meal,
Right.
we've got a whole collection of dishes that use luxurious ingredients and,
Some creative techniques.
yeah, kind of exciting techniques and
Yeah.
unexpected pairings.
And you know what I think is really cool about this collection? It's like
Right?
it elevates a lot of familiar dishes.
Oh, interesting.
So you'll recognize a lot of the ingredients.
Okay.
The way they're prepared and the things that are paired together,
Yeah,
it takes them to a whole new level.
that's cool. I mean, that's kind of what gourmet cooking is all about, right?
Right.
Like
Totally.
taking something familiar and just making
Yeah.
it,
Elevating it.
elevating it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think we should jump right in.
Let's do it.
What do you think about starting with truffle risotto?
Ooh, truffle risotto with Parmesan crisps.
With Parmesan crisps, yes.
Love it. A classic.
A classic. And you know what I'm curious about? This recipe calls for both truffle oil and fresh truffles.
Ah, yes.
And I'm like, is that overkill?
So it sounds like it could be, but
Yeah.
there's actually a really good reason for that.
Okay.
So truffle oil is super potent,
Okay.
like overwhelmingly aromatic.
Yeah.
And so you use that to infuse the entire risotto
I see.
with that like earthy, musky aroma.
Okay.
But then the fresh truffle shavings on top,
Yeah.
those give you these little intense bursts
Oh, okay.
of pure truffle flavor in every bite.
I see.
So it's like a 1-2 punch
Oh, that's smart.
of truffle goodness.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So you get the aroma infused throughout and then these little pops of flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And of course, the Parmesan crisps. You know, that salty, crunchy contrast.
You got to have that textural element.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from that classic, let's get a little bit more adventurous.
Okay, I like it.
How about sous vide duck breast with cherry gastric?
That sounds amazing.
It does, right?
Yeah.
So I know we have some listeners out there who are very familiar with sous vide cooking, but
Yeah,
for those who maybe haven't tried it,
sure.
can you break down what makes it so special? Like, what does it do for the duck in this case?
Yeah, so sous vide is all about precision.
Okay.
So you're basically cooking the duck breast in like a temperature-controlled water bath.
Okay.
And that ensures that it's cooked perfectly evenly
Oh,
all the way through to your desired doneness.
I see.
So no more dry, overcooked duck.
Okay.
And then that cherry gas streak,
Yes.
it adds this like vibrant counterpoint
Okay.
to the richness of that duck.
Oh, that sounds great.
Ugh.
Now I got to ask, what exactly is a gastrique?
Sure, yeah.
I feel like I should know that word.
Yeah, it sounds fancy, but it's actually pretty simple.
Okay.
It's basically a concentrated sweet and sour sauce.
Okay.
So in this case, you're reducing cherries with red wine vinegar.
Okay.
And it creates this like tangy, complex flavor
I see.
that just cuts through the richness of the duck beautifully.
Oh, I bet.
It's like a dance of sweet, tart, and savory
Oh, wow.
on your
So,
palate.
yeah. You had me at cherries and duck, so I'm very into this.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, let's talk about another dish that I think is just synonymous with fine dining.
All right.
Lobster thermidor.
Oh, yes.
I mean, lobster on its own
Is already a showstopper.
is already incredible, right?
Yeah.
But then you add this like decadent sauce.
Yeah, the thermidor sauce is really what elevates this dish.
Okay, so tell me about it.
So it's creamy brandy infused,
Okay.
and then there's a little hint of mustard in there
Oh, interesting.
for complexity.
Okay.
And you know what's cool about this dish?
What?
It has a really interesting history.
Oh.
So legend has it that it was created in Paris in the late 1800s,
Oh, wow.
and it was named after a popular play that was running at the time.
I love when food has a backstory.
It's always more fun, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to another dish that just screams luxury.
All right, hit me.
Wagyu beef tenderloin with béarnaise sauce.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Yes, now we're talking.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so break it down for me. What is it about Wagyu beef?
Yeah, so Wagyu beef, it's renowned for its intense marbling,
Okay.
which gives it this like melt in your mouth tenderness
Oh, wow.
and this rich buttery flavor.
Okay.
And then the béarnaise sauce, it's like an emulsion of butter and egg yolks,
Yeah.
flavored with herbs like tarragon and chervil.
Oh, nice.
It's similar to hollandaise,
Okay,
but it has this more pronounced herbal complexity,
I see.
and it just complements the richness of the Wagyu perfectly.
Okay, so it's rich, but then those herbs cut through it.
Yeah, they brighten it up.
Okay, that sounds incredible.
Yeah, it's a classic for a reason.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, we have a dish that features an ingredient that I'm always fascinated by.
Ooh, what is it?
Pan-seared scallops with saffron veloute.
Nice.
So tell me about this saffron veloute.
Yeah, so saffron,
Yeah.
it's one of the most expensive spices in the world.
Really?
Yeah, it comes from the stigmas of a crocus flower,
Oh.
and it has this incredibly complex flavor.
Okay.
It's a little bit bitter, a little earthy,
Okay.
but also a hint of floral sweetness.
Interesting.
And so it infuses the velouté with this beautiful golden hue
Oh, wow.
and that like subtle, unique saffron taste.
So I imagine it's used very sparingly.
Oh, yeah. Little goes a long way.
Okay, well, that sounds divine.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Okay, so we've had delicate seafood. Now, let's go to something a little more earthy.
All right, I'm with you.
Wild mushroom and goat cheese tart.
Ooh, earthy and tangy.
Yes.
Love it.
So what kind of mushrooms are we talking about here?
So you want to use a mix of wild mushrooms, like chanterelles porcini, maybe even some black trumpet mushrooms.
Okay.
Each one brings its own unique,
Yeah.
earthy, woodsy flavor to the party.
Right.
The goat cheese adds that creamy tanginess,
Yes.
and then it's drizzled with truffle honey, which adds just a touch of luxury
Okay.
and like an extra layer of umami depth,
Wow.
like a celebration of the forest floor.
I love that. Okay, from the forest floor, let's go to something a little bit more modern and vibrant.
Okay, let's do it.
Seared tuna tataki with yuzu dressing.
Ooh, that sounds fresh.
It does, right.
There.
So I am very intrigued by this word tataki. What is that technique?
So tataki basically means searing the tuna very briefly
Okay,
over high heat.
I see.
And that leaves the inside beautifully rare.
Oh, wow.
It's a Japanese technique
Oh, cool.
that really highlights the freshness and the quality of the fish.
Oh, nice.
And then that yuzu dressing
Yes.
adds just this like citrusy punch.
Yuzu, I feel like it's having a real moment in the culinary world right now.
It is, yeah.
Can you remind me what it tastes like?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So imagine like a mix of lemon, lime, and grapefruit,
Okay.
but with this more floral, aromatic quality.
Oh, interesting.
It's tart and bright, and it cuts through the richness of the tuna beautifully.
Okay, yeah, that sounds amazing.
It is.
Lots of flavor going on there.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to a classic, but with a twist.
Ooh, a twist. I like it.
Pistachio-crusted rack of lamb.
Okay, yeah.
So tell me about that crust and, like, how the red wine reduction works with the lamb.
Yeah, so that pistachio crust
Yeah.
adds this wonderful nutty flavor and
Okay.
this satisfying crunch
Oh.
to the tender lamb.
I bet.
And then that red wine reduction, it's a classic pairing.
Okay.
The wine's tannins and acidity cut through the richness of the lamb,
I see.
creates this beautiful balance of flavors.
Okay, so we've got savory covered. What about dessert?
Ooh, yes. Let's talk sweets.
What about vanilla bean panna cotta with gold leaf?
Now that sounds simple yet elegant.
It does, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about panna cotta.
So panna cotta is all about simplicity and pure flavor.
Okay.
So it's basically a cooked cream that's set with gelatin.
Okay.
The key is to use real vanilla bean
Oh, yeah.
to get that intense, authentic vanilla flavor.
Okay.
And then the gold leaf.
Yeah.
It's purely decorative,
Right.
but it adds just a touch of drama and luxury.
It's all about presentation sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. And to wrap up our dessert discussion,
Right?
we have something a little unusual.
Go hit me.
Black garlic and burrata pizza.
Now, that's a combo I've never heard of before.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the deal with black garlic?
So black garlic is basically garlic
Okay.
that's been fermented for weeks, sometimes months.
Oh, wow.
And that process transforms the garlic.
Interesting.
It gives it this soft, almost jam-like texture
Oh, wow.
and this sweet balsamic flavor.
Wow. So nothing like
It's miles away from raw garlic.
raw garlic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're pairing that with burrata, which is so creamy.
So creamy and delicious.
And then you've got the sweetness of the black garlic
Yeah.
playing beautifully against that creamy burrata.
Yeah.
And then juicy, sweet heirloom tomatoes.
Mhm.
And then a little peppery bite from basil oil.
Wow.
It's unexpected.
It does sound unexpected, but
Utterly delicious.
okay, well, I have to say, I am completely inspired.
Who too?
Like, I need to get into the kitchen right now. So
Yes.
if you are feeling inspired as well,
And want to try some of these recipes out.
you can find all of the recipes we discussed today
And even more gourmet inspiration.
on our website, www.cookerdiary.com.
So go check it out.
Yes, go check it out, and happy cooking.
Happy cooking, everyone.
All right, see you next time.
See ya.
Bye. Bye.